Are you tired of feeling like a burden to your family, constantly waiting for others to provide your happiness and peace of mind, while your own sense of independence slowly slips away? Today, I'm going to show you the 5 pillars of independence that successful seniors use to create their own happiness, maintain their health, and find deep peace without depending on anyone else's schedule or availability. The most surprising thing that gives seniors the greatest sense of control and contentment has nothing to do with money or health. It's something most people never consider until they're already feeling powerless and forgotten. Last year, 74-year-old Beverly from Cleveland felt lonely and forgotten, constantly calling her adult children for companionship and support. Today, she's the most vibrant, independent person in her neighborhood, helping others and living completely on her own terms. The transformation didn't come from her family changing. It came from her discovering these 5 foundations of senior independence. Support 1. Your personal health routine. Why is your daily health routine the most reliable companion you'll ever have? And how does it become your strongest foundation for independence? Your personal health routine is the one thing that's completely under your control, available 24 hours a day, and never cancels plans or disappoints you. Mayo Clinic research on self-care and senior independence shows that seniors who maintain consistent daily health routines report 40% higher levels of life satisfaction and 60% less anxiety about aging compared to those who rely on others to motivate their health choices. This isn't just about physical health, it's about proving to yourself every single day that you're capable, disciplined, and in control of your own well-being. When you depend on family members to remind you about appointments, encourage your exercise, or monitor your health habits, you're essentially training yourself to be helpless and training them to see you as someone who can't manage basic self-care. Clinical studies from Harvard Medical School demonstrate that seniors who take full responsibility for their health routines maintain cognitive function longer and experience significantly less depression than those who become passive participants in their own care. Your daily health routine becomes a source of pride and confidence that radiates into every other area of your life, showing everyone around you that you're still fully capable of taking care of yourself. The power of a consistent health routine extends far beyond just physical maintenance. It creates a psychological framework of competence and self-efficacy that influences how you approach every challenge in your life. Research from the American Journal of Preventive Medicine shows that seniors who establish and maintain their own health routines develop what psychologists call mastery experiences. Successful completion of self-directed tasks that build confidence and reduce feelings of helplessness. Each day you successfully complete your health routine, you're reinforcing your belief in your own capability and independence, creating a positive cycle that strengthens your resolve to remain self-reliant in other areas of your life. Ralph from Phoenix was constantly worrying his daughter with missed medications and skipped doctor visits until he decided to create his own health routine. Within 6 weeks of managing his own schedule and health habits, his daughter stopped calling to check on him daily and started asking for his advice about her own health challenges. This simple shift from dependence to self-reliance completely transformed their relationship and gave Ralph back his sense of competence and dignity. Create a non-negotiable daily health routine that includes specific times for medications, meals, exercise, and health monitoring that you control completely without needing anyone else's involvement or permission. Write down your routine, post it where you can see it every day, and treat it as the most important appointment you'll ever keep because it's the foundation of your independence. Start your routine tomorrow morning. Your independence and self-respect depend on it. Support 2. Your community connections. How can building your own social network eliminate the loneliness that comes from waiting for family visits and create genuine friendships based on mutual interest rather than obligation? Community connections provide something family relationships often cannot. Relationships where you're valued for who you are now, not who you used to be, and where you can contribute as much as you receive. Harvard Medical School studies on social connections and senior well-being reveal that seniors with strong community ties have 50% lower rates of depression and live an average of 3.7 years longer than those who rely primarily on family for social interaction. These community relationships are built on shared interests, common goals, and mutual respect, rather than duty or guilt. Family relationships, while important, often carry the weight of history, expectations, and complicated dynamics that can leave you feeling more like a burden than a valued participant. Community connections, on the other hand, allow you to reinvent yourself, showcase your current abilities and interests, and form friendships based on who you are today rather than who you were decades ago. Research from the University of Michigan shows that seniors who actively participate in community activities report feeling more useful, more appreciated, and more optimistic about their future compared to those who wait for family members to provide their social interaction. The beauty of community connections lies in their voluntary nature and mutual benefit structure. Unlike family obligations that can feel one-sided or guilt-driven, community relationships thrive on reciprocity and shared enthusiasm. Studies from the National Institute on Aging demonstrate that seniors involved in community activities show measurable improvements in cognitive function, physical health, and emotional well-being, because these interactions provide mental stimulation, physical activity, and emotional support simultaneously. When you're actively contributing to a community group, you're not just receiving social interaction, you're providing value, sharing expertise, and creating meaningful connections that enhance everyone involved. Building a strong community network also provides you with multiple sources of support and friendship, reducing the pressure on any single relationship to meet all your social needs. This diversification of social connections creates a more stable and resilient support system that doesn't depend on one person's availability, mood, or circumstances. Research from Stanford University shows that seniors with diverse social networks adapt better to life changes, recover more quickly from setbacks, and maintain higher levels of life satisfaction even when individual relationships change or end. Vivian from Tampa felt invisible and forgotten after her husband passed away and her children moved to different states. She joined a book club at her local library and within 3 months was hosting weekly discussion gatherings at her home, mentoring younger readers, and had formed genuine friendships with people who sought out her company. Her loneliness disappeared, not because her family visited more often, but because she created a social life that didn't depend on anyone's guilt or sense of obligation. Join 2 to 3 regular community activities where you can contribute value to others rather than just consume services or entertainment, focusing on groups that meet consistently and allow you to develop ongoing relationships with the same people. Look for opportunities at libraries, community centers, religious organizations, volunteer groups, or hobby clubs where your experience and wisdom are genuinely appreciated and needed by others. Research community groups in your area right now and make contact this week. Your social independence is waiting. Support. 3. Your financial security. What gives seniors more peace of mind than any family promise ever could? And why is financial independence the foundation of all other forms of independence? Financial security isn't about being wealthy. It's about having enough control over your resources to make your own decisions without asking permission or feeling guilty about your choices. AARP research on financial independence and senior mental health shows that seniors with even modest but organized financial resources report 65% less stress about aging and 45% more confidence in their ability to handle unexpected challenges compared to those who depend on family financial support. When you control your own money, You control your own choices, and when you control your choices, you maintain your dignity and self-respect. Financial dependence creates a power imbalance that can damage even the most loving family relationships because it turns every purchase, every decision, and every expense into a negotiation rather than a personal choice. Studies from the National Institute on Aging demonstrate that seniors who maintain financial independence, even on limited incomes, experience significantly better mental health outcomes and maintain better relationships with their adult children compared to those who become financially dependent. Your money represents your freedom to choose where you live, what you eat, how you spend your time, and what kind of help you accept or decline. The psychological impact of financial independence extends far beyond just having money in the bank. It's about maintaining your sense of autonomy and personal agency in a world that often tries to make decisions for older adults. Research from the University of Pennsylvania shows that seniors who manage their own finances, even with limited resources, maintain better cognitive function and decision-making abilities compared to those who surrender financial control to family members. The act of budgeting, planning, and making financial decisions keeps your mind sharp and reinforces your capability to handle complex situations independently. Financial organization and planning also provide a sense of security and predictability that reduces anxiety about the future. When you know exactly what resources you have available and how to access them, you can face unexpected challenges with confidence rather than panic. Clinical studies from Johns Hopkins show that seniors with organized financial systems and emergency funds experience significantly less stress-related health problems and maintain better overall physical health compared to those living with financial uncertainty or dependence. Kenneth from Portland was constantly arguing with his son about expenses and feeling guilty about every purchase until he organized his finances and created a clear monthly budget that he managed independently. Within 2 months, his relationship with his son improved dramatically because their conversations shifted from money management to actual relationship building, and Kenneth regained his confidence in making his own financial decisions. His peace of mind returned not because he had more money, but because he took control of the money he had. Create a simple monthly budget that accounts for all your income and expenses, then build one emergency fund account with at least 3 months of basic expenses so you never have to ask family for help with unexpected costs. Organize all your financial documents in one easily accessible location and learn to use online banking or mobile apps so you can monitor your accounts independently without needing help from others. Review your finances this week and take control of your money management. Your peace of mind and independence are worth this effort. Support 4. Your mental stimulation. Why is continuous learning your best defense against feeling useless or forgotten? And how does intellectual growth prove your continued value to yourself and others? Mental stimulation through learning new skills, exploring new topics, or mastering new technologies keeps your mind sharp and proves that you're still growing. Adapting and contributing rather than just declining and consuming. Johns Hopkins research on cognitive engagement and senior satisfaction shows that seniors who regularly challenge themselves with new learning experiences maintain better cognitive function, report higher life satisfaction, and feel more confident about their future compared to those who stop learning and rely on others for mental stimulation or entertainment. When you stop learning and growing, you start feeling like yesterday's news, outdated, irrelevant, and dependent on others to keep you informed or entertained. But when you're actively learning and mastering new skills, you become a resource for others rather than just a recipient of their help or attention. Clinical studies from the University of California demonstrate that seniors who engage in regular learning activities show measurable improvements in memory, problem-solving abilities, and overall cognitive performance, while also reporting increased feelings of purpose and self-worth. Learning keeps you current, confident, and capable of contributing to conversations and situations rather than just observing from the sidelines. The neurological benefits of continuous learning are particularly significant for seniors because the brain's neuroplasticity, its ability to form new neural connections, continues throughout life when properly stimulated. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that seniors who engage in challenging mental activities actually increase their brain volume and improve connectivity between different brain regions, essentially reversing some of the natural aging processes that occur in inactive minds. This neurological growth translates directly into improved memory, faster thinking, and better decision-making abilities that support independence in all areas of life. Learning new skills also provides a powerful sense of accomplishment and progress that counteracts feelings of decline or irrelevance that many seniors experience. Each new skill mastered or concept understood reinforces your capability and intelligence, building confidence that extends far beyond the specific learning area. Studies from the National Institute on Aging demonstrate that seniors engaged in regular learning activities report feeling more optimistic about aging, more confident in their abilities, and more willing to take on new challenges in other areas of their lives. Gladys from Denver decided to learn tablet and smartphone skills at age 72, and within 6 months was teaching technology classes to other seniors at her community center. Her confidence soared as she transformed from someone who needed help with technology to someone who provided valuable expertise to others. And her family started asking her for advice, instead of treating her like someone who couldn't keep up with modern life. Commit to learning one new skill or exploring one new topic every 3 months, whether it's technology, a craft, a language, history, or any subject that genuinely interests you and challenges your mind. Set specific learning goals with deadlines. Find resources like books, online courses, community classes, or tutorial videos, and treat your learning time as seriously as any other important appointment. Choose your next learning project today and start this week. Your mind needs this challenge and your confidence is waiting. Support 5. Your sense of purpose. What creates the deepest satisfaction that no family relationship can provide, and why is having a mission bigger than yourself the ultimate foundation of independence? A sense of purpose gives you a reason to get up each morning that has nothing to do with anyone else's schedule, needs, or availability. It comes from knowing that you have something valuable to contribute to the world. Stanford research on purpose and senior life satisfaction reveals that seniors with a clear sense of purpose report 23% better physical health, 43% better mental health, and significantly higher levels of life satisfaction compared to those who see themselves primarily as recipients of care rather than contributors to their communities. Purpose transforms you from someone who needs help to someone who provides help. When your primary identity becomes someone's parent or someone who needs care, you lose your sense of individual worth and become defined by your relationships rather than your contributions. But when you have a clear purpose, whether it's helping others, preserving knowledge, creating something beautiful, or solving problems, you maintain your identity as a valuable, contributing member of society regardless of your age or physical limitations. Research from the University of Rochester shows that seniors with strong, purpose-driven activities live longer, maintain independence longer, and require less family support because they're motivated by something beyond their own comfort or survival. Having a sense of purpose also provides structure and meaning to your daily life that doesn't depend on other people's availability or interest. When you have important work to do, Whether it's volunteering, mentoring, creating, or helping, you have a built-in schedule and set of priorities that give your days meaning and direction. Clinical studies from the Mayo Clinic demonstrate that seniors with strong sense of purpose show better sleep patterns, more consistent daily routines, and higher levels of physical activity because their purpose provides natural motivation and structure for healthy living. The impact of purpose on physical health is particularly remarkable, with research showing that purposeful seniors have stronger immune systems, lower rates of chronic disease, and better recovery rates from illness or injury. This connection between purpose and physical health creates a positive cycle where your sense of meaning supports your physical well-being, which in turn supports your ability to maintain your independence and continue pursuing your purpose. Arthur from Dallas felt useless and forgotten after retirement until he started volunteering at the local library, helping with literacy programs and organizing book donations. Within weeks, he felt more valuable and needed than he had in years because children and adults were genuinely depending on his help and expertise, and his sense of worth came from his contribution rather than from family obligations or pity. Find one specific way to help others or contribute to your community on a weekly basis, focusing on activities where your experience, skills, or knowledge can make a real difference in other people's lives. Look for volunteer opportunities, mentoring programs, community projects, or ways to share your expertise that align with your interests and abilities rather than just filling time. Identify how you can help someone this week and take action immediately. Your purpose is calling, and your community needs what you have to offer. True independence doesn't mean cutting off your family or becoming isolated. It means building such a strong foundation of self-reliance that your relationships become choices based on love rather than necessities based on dependence. When you have these 5 supports firmly in place, you'll discover that your family relationships actually improve because you're interacting from a place of strength and contribution rather than need and vulnerability, and your happiness comes from your own efforts rather than other people's availability. This transformation from dependence to independence creates healthier, more balanced relationships where you can enjoy your family's company without desperately needing it for your basic emotional or practical needs. If you're ready to build your foundation of independence and reclaim control over your happiness, hit that like button to help other seniors discover these life-changing strategies. Comment below and tell me which of these 5 supports you want to strengthen first, and share this video with any senior who deserves to feel confident, capable, and self-reliant. They'll thank you for showing them the path to true independence and dignity.